Um, Hello. Okay. You guys, I just had the thought. I've been seeing monarchs everywhere for the past few weeks. Actually, I was supposed to share this before I shared that whole other message I just filmed, but I'm on here because I have to say another message and I'm not editing the two together, so this will be a separate message. Okay, so I was seeing monarchs in dreams. I started seeing a monarch in a dream like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. No, maybe it was longer. Maybe it was last month. I don't know. I saw monarchs. I started seeing monarchs, and ever since I've been seeing monarchs, right? Monarch butterflies. So this has been a development of the summer. I'll just say that. Lots of monarchs butterflies, which makes sense. It's summer season, but the spirit and the earth gives us signs that make sense and align with her energy. So she's not going to go outside of her energy to pull some shit, random like fucking shit from another season to give you a message. She's going to give you what aligns with the energy of the season. So here's a monarch, and you're going to see a bunch of them. So I've been seeing monarch butterflies. The first time I significantly remember being like, oh, monarch butterflies, I had a dream about a monarch. I woke up, I Googled monarchs, and the first thing, or was that it woke up, was it that I woke up and I Googled monarchs? Yeah, I Googled monarch butterflies. And the first thing I saw was that monarch butterflies are going extinct. And that was like a thing, that they were becoming extinct. They were a group that was endangered. Monarch butterflies on the brink of extinction. Like that was like the energy. That was the first thing I saw, and I had a dream about a monarch. But I never ever ever had any bad energy about a monarch. Ever, ever, ever. So in my dream energy, it was not bad. I did not feel like anything bad was happening. It was a very calm, even neutral energy, but it was beautiful and it was very peaceful. Not neutral, it was peaceful. It was very zen, it was very balanced. Very, very balanced energy. And it represents transformation too. So this is when transformation is balanced, when the energy of change and progression is balanced. So this was the energy of the dream, very peaceful, very zen. I don't even remember whatever happened. Then I've been seeing them in dreams ever since, and I've been seeing them in real life ever since, and it's become a thing for me. I just saw it go. It's becoming a thing for me now, where I'll see monarchs, and where I even want it as confirmation, because it's become a thing for me. It's become a spiritual sign for me in real life that I have an attachment to it. And I know I'm going to have to work on not having an attachment, because I won't see the monarchs forever, but it's become like a thing. It's special to me to see monarch butterflies. It's important to me. I look for them every day. So I'm even kind of grieving summertime, because the monarch butterfly was like seeing God in the earth. It's like seeing Mother Earth and speaking to her and feeling very connected. And so there is a grieving energy around knowing that I'm not going to see them anymore. I've been even staying inside more often. I think I'm literally grieving it. And I'm very upset and sad about the fact that I know that I'm not going to be seeing them. Because we're just going into fall, and fall's coming sooner. Actually, I noticed fall changing into the seasons very, very early on, and I've been sticking with it. I've been noticing it. And it feels fast. It feels very sudden and very quick compared to the past. But that's both a thing with evolving and climate change and things like that. And it's also just, cherishing the past, cherishing your ancestors, the ancestral energy of summer I'm going to miss. But anyways, monarch's been seeing them, but I haven't seen a monarch in the past 2 days, I think, but I also haven't really been outside. But anyways, guess what monarch passed away? Queen Elizabeth. That's crazy to me. I like screamed, because I was in mid-thought, and I was like, and I know that this is the power of the period, because I'm on my period right now. It's my first day. And I had cramps this morning. It was only 2. I'm seeing my pattern. It was only 2, but I still had cramps. And I was like, ah! It was like, what in the world? I don't usually get bad period cramps. So that was kind of a shock to me. But I think it's because I'm in this very fertile, laborious energy that is the divine feminine. So just my body being like, reminder, this is what lives within you and flowing through you right now. And like all of that energy. But yeah. I saw the monarch that died was the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth. I just saw 444. I told you I almost saw 222. I did. I was kind of like, I saw the ghost of 222. But And I didn't see 333. I saw 334. But you could still consider it. Anyways. What am I saying? Oh. Yeah, the one monarch that did die, the one monarch that did die was the queen. And the one that died the week before, the year before, he didn't get the title of king, but the damn king. So the queen and the king are dead. That's like a big deal. That's the monarch that died. Spirit was like, girl, look at all these monarchs flying around. That's us. The monarchs are rising, you know? Like, so funny that they chose that name. So funny that they chose that name, Monarch. And so funny that that butterfly has that name. And so funny that, and let me not tell you where I live. I'm really about to tell you a whole thing that will show you where I live. But anyways, monarchs are all around me. And there's no monarchs dead around me. Okay? The monarchs are living bright and free and flying off to wherever they're going next. But do what you can to help the monarchs. But you know what I mean. The monarchs are good. And nature's going to be good too, because we're going to take care. We're going to figure out what we need to do to make sure that things can happen the way they need to happen. And if the monarchs are making a sacrifice as a species in terms of the struggle that they're going through right now, you better believe that they're going to get their tenfold return. And we will be responsible for making sure that their descendants are taken care of because of what they're going through right now. So when it comes back around and it's the time to pay up, we better be willing to. Because they're making sacrifices. Nature's making sacrifices. Been making sacrifices. Everybody who gets to have plants and plants and plants in their home, been making sacrifices. You're welcome. So when it's time to pay it back, pay it back. Yeah, you're taking care of me, but I'm taking care of you. These plants in your home are making your mental health like way better, especially if you're living in a city. Like, congratulations. If you're living in New York and you have like a plant apartment, yeah, you're being taken care of. So make sure that you're paying that back. But anyway, sorry. I just saw I guess those flowers gave me that message, because I've been getting flowers and I'm like, it's making me feel very happy. But yeah, better make sure I'm better willing to pay that back. Hello. Yeah, even the monarchs coming and saying hi to me. Yeah, I'm on the list. I got to pay them back. They've been doing us favors, doing us gifts. You better be sure you're ready. You're ready to repay. Reparations. We all have reparations to pay. We all have reparations to pay. We've all done something. We have all done something. But that monarch paid with her goddamn life. And I know it was soon. I mean, it wasn't that soon. You know, she lived a good life. She lived a long time. But yeah, she done paid with her life. And now, and you know, she's leaving knowing that this shit is a mess. Her family's down the drain. The history's down the drain. Who is England? Who is Britain? They're literally known for their accent. And isn't that hilarious? Because what did they always do to us in movies? What did they all make us a caricature of ourselves? The English are a caricature of themselves. They're known for their accent and like fish, fried fish, like what's it called? Fish and chips. That's what they're literally known for. They're literally known for this caricature, this entertainment. They're entertainment at this point. It's a joke. Like, they're a joke. And that's really fucking crazy, because who was England a couple centuries ago? What? Who was the royal family? What? The descent has been crazy. And the descent has been crazy because the rise has been crazy, immaculate. Like, the things that our ancestors have done in a few centuries. What? Slavery was a few over 400, but that's the number they give us. But you know what I mean. That version of slavery that we all saw in the movies and the things, however many years ago it lasted, and only, 200 years it's been since it's ended, or maybe 100 and some change. I don't know. But all that, and look at where black people are now. All that, and indigenous people are on their way up, and we're going to help them. All that, and look at our people around the world. What are we doing? We're on that shit. We're running shit. That's crazy. That's crazy, and Britain is a joke, and America is a joke. That's why Donald Trump was a huge deal. That was a fucking huge deal. And the fact that it's just being covered up like he was not president for 4 years, and that whole situation on Twitter wasn't a thing. Twitter became a crazy fucking place. We were in like the jungle. Shootings here, shootings there. Protest, protest, protest. Black Lives Matter. Every fact, like, Yemen, just out of nowhere. Like, Twitter's been a crazy place. But you see the downfall that's been happening and is continuing to happen? What? Things are crazy right now. And the monarch is dead. The grandparents are dead. And the kid and the grandchild's about to be gone. The grandchild is 40-something years old, William. That's like considered the grandchild. Now we're getting into the great grandkids with his kids. But think about it. That's like a whole family tree. We're going to see all of that in our lifetime. And that's not to put anything against like their kids, like the kids, like the children, because they're children, and who knows what experiences they're going to have. Hopefully they have good lives. You know, I don't want to wish anything against a child. But the point is, we've all done something which leads to reparations that we have to pay, right? That is all of our responsibility. And you can choose what you want to do with that power, because the royal family is not going to be going, you know, out of power like that. So there is a lot that can be done to change the wave and to change the reaction, to change the way that people think about you and remember you. If everybody remembers you in a horrible negative light, that is a hard thing to get off of your ancestry. And your ancestors are living with that. That's why white people are going the way they're going. It's very hard to forget all the things that have been done. It's very, very, very hard to forget. And more things keep coming up. And more things are done every time that it's just not talked about. So they're dealing with a lot. They're dealing with something deep that we don't understand. Because, like I said, we all must have experienced the same things, variations of the same things. So what they're dealing with now at this point, we must have dealt with. And we must have been. If we all mirror each other and if we're all one. I don't really know how it works. I don't know if there's been another expression of what white people have been on Earth in terms of the violence and the robbery, you know, but if there has, chances are we might have experienced that. It might have been a more spiritual way, but we might have been that. I was getting a lot of energy around like draconian energy and like reptilian energy. That's an ancestor of us all. So be careful, you know. And just the same way we're like, be careful in the way that you speak about your shadow. Be careful in the way that you speak about your past energy. And the energy that exists now, because it exists in all of us. Right? The bigger the shadow, the bigger the girl. But yeah, so I don't know where that came from. But anyways, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, we've all been there. It's not a cute look, though, but, you know, you want to get better, you want to make the world better. But, yeah, the Monarch is dead. That was my whole point. And it's just so funny because I've been seeing monarchs, and we are alive and well. Like I said, connection to the other point. Reflections of the same thing, but we're not all the same. I just made a long-ass video talking about the fakes and the phonies of there are the ancestors right there. What? Come on. There are the ancestors right there. And the Two of Pentacles came out. What are they trying to balance? Oh, Father Sims, Temperance, and what is that? Eight of Wands. And the Knight of Swords. 8 of Baskets, 3 of Baskets. The Sun. But it looks like you're walking away from that. They're walking away from that, and it's a positive choice that they have to make. Some people are going to be posed with their happy ending and are going to walk away from it and that is their reparations. Some people are going to literally be gifted the greatest life and a very happy life with no consequences and no problems, and they're going to choose punishment, and they're going to choose sacrifice, because that is the reparation that they're paying in this lifetime. Let them make that choice. Let them pay their reparations. Let them do their healing work. Let them do their shadow work. Right? And that's all of us. We might all be having to do that. Oh. Wow. Yeah, staying in that defensive mode. Some people are going to continue to soldier on. Some people are going to continue to fight a war, Let them make that choice. Let people make the choice to fight, no matter what their fight looks like, because they're trying to do something. They're being active, and they're making a decision in their life, which is taking back their autonomy, their independence. They're making a choice. They're living. So they're trying. They're doing some expression of living, of going on, of not giving up. Okay, so let them make their choice. Just understand the balance of it all and be grateful for it all. But not the people that don't need to be grateful. Just move on and be grateful for the peace and the ability to move on. And the ability to question whether you should be grateful for this or not. Be grateful for that. But yeah, the monarch is dead. We're not all the same. Some of us, the monarchs of love and love, those monarchs are cheering on they're doing their migration. They're moving on up. They're transitioning. I wonder what sign is going to come up next. That's going to be the evolution of the monarch in that spiritual form of being a sign for me in this lifetime. That's that evolution. That's that descendant, and I wonder what it's going to be. And for the monarch that moves on and moves to a different place, I'm so excited for the other lives that it's going to touch, right? We are the monarchs that are moving forward. And I'm very excited. Elizabeth is going to do her healing work and her shadow work, and going to be an ancestor now and try and guide through the darkness towards newfound light, to newfound darkness, to self-love and appreciation, So thank everyone and move it. Keep it moving. It's a tower moment. It's the ace of swords. It's that knife clock climbing on the door. No, I see my 37 and I look alive. I look in light. I look despite the lies. Because I like to hit my free flow when I'm in the gym, hanging with the rims. Hey, no, I'm nothing Tim's. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to finish that line. I had to really reach into it and extend it. But anyways, yeah. I've been seeing the Hanged Man reverse so many times. I look sometimes to make sure my deck isn't reversed, because I've been getting reversed cards very often. And it's the first time I'm noticing that I'm checking to see if my deck isn't reversed, because I do that quite often these days, because I've been getting the reverse so often. I've been getting the 5 of swords very often too. I could be getting the 5s. Like the 5s, 5 has been an important number, which makes sense because I think that I'm a life path 5, but I see 5 quite often. Not even in like 555, but just the number 5 comes up a lot for me in general in the tarot deck. The 5s are just a number card that just kind of follows me. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of Hanged Man in reverse. They used to really trigger me. Same with the 4 of Cups. Used to follow me around a lot. And I've had to do a lot of healing, just even around seeing those cards. It would trigger something in me. Here's another card reversed. Dr. Grant. And then there's the Daughter of Coins, even seeing pages and things like that. Ooh, but now I'm about to feed my family. I'm about to feed my ancestors, because y'all, It's like you can feel it. You can feel the magic in the air, and it's so close. You can kiss it. You can touch it. But it's just like, I can't see it yet. But I can. I can see it now. Like, I can see the next step, I think. I'm not sure if Spirit's going to surprise me and something else is going to come up. But I've just accepted that I can see something. And it's something that looks appetizing. And I'm like, okay. And there's the Four of Cups. I was just talking about the Four of Cups used to trigger me. But I can see it. I can see it. Ooh, there's the Five of Coins. There's the Four of Coins. What did I say about the fives? But I also, and even the Four of Coins, because that was also one. And it could trigger me now. Because I get scared, because I'm like, what does this mean? What's going to happen? Because I'm so prepped for danger and violence and scarcity and pain. Because that is where I'm coming from. It's been hard. It's been very, very hard. Like, I have had a scarcity mindset. Yes, I was living in scarcity. What do you want me to do? You know? Yeah, I did. I still struggle with it. I'm still trying to kick it. It's very, very hard. That is a passed down thing. And it wasn't always a choice. You know? It was rarely ever a choice. And even that narrative, you know, erasing the whole fact that things weren't choices. Things were not choices. So when you're dealing with a scarcity mindset and people are like, it's a choice, but you're understanding that your ancestors went through slavery, it's not a choice. You know, it's not a choice. It's an experience that was experienced in the incarnating, in the 3D, was taken into our bodies through the food that we ate, through the abuse that we were taking, the lives that we were living, and then became a trauma. It became a trauma. And it was passed down because it's hard to undo such heavy, heavy, difficult, choking karma and trauma. It's very, very hard. It's very hard. And this is why this time around, when we do get into our power and we do get into our abundance, we need boundaries. What has been the biggest lesson for so many of us? The reason for so much of our pain? We didn't have boundaries. We didn't have boundaries. Welcoming everyone, open arms, not asking any questions, not looking at this, not looking at that, thinking you can trust this, thinking you can trust that, thinking everyone's your fucking friend. No. Everyone is not the same. We are not all the same, and that's okay. That's okay. So we can accept that. But then let's have boundaries, because if you don't know this person, you can't just assume what they're going to be like and what they're going to do. No. And you can't just imagine that you'll fix it if they don't do it like this way. Because maybe they're not meant to, because they're not built that way. And so the only thing you can do is leave and get out of that situation. But continuing to engage doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because this is abusive and this is toxic. It's a lot of people who are going to be left in the dust, who are abusive and who are toxic, but who look just like us and who we've been working alongside. And they're not going to make it. Not this time around, because they don't really care about you, because they don't really love you, not because they don't want to, but because right now they simply cannot. They are dealing with other things. It is not all about you. Even when it should be about you, it's not. Sorry. That is the thing about trauma. That is the thing about karma. Karma is so important. It teaches us priorities when we can't make something a priority that we really want to. And that's when you value the ability to make that choice. The ability to do that when you can't, but you really want to. That's when you cherish the good in people, because you wish that you could have that in yourself and see that in yourself, but you deny that for yourself because you're punishing yourself, because you think that you have to be punished, because you think you deserve punishment, because you don't think you deserve love. And even that is a trauma that could be passed down from karma, because maybe you deprived somebody else of love. Maybe it's a cycle that you're creating in this lifetime, depriving people of love, and so starving yourself of love in the process. You know, a lot of people make their karma in their current life. The amount of past life trauma is heavy. I'm like seeing a whale, like a whale tail. The amount of past life karma of trauma is a lot. So much so that there's not a lot of past life karma that needs to exist. So a lot of the karma that happens in this life is karma that you created in this life. An action that comes from trauma. So your trauma sometimes is your karma. And that's a very, very, very difficult thing to work through because it's not fair. And that's where you have to understand that you are a multidimensional being. Because regardless of what your soul did, it's not fair that you are being punished. It's not fair that you, as an incarnating being who's really just trying to work with your soul and work with different energies and work with the universe around you to create an experience that is joyful, because that's what you were tasked to do as a human being. You know, if we're just looking at human beings as avatars, it's just what the avatar is meant to do. It's like blaming the sim for being what you told it to be. I mean, it's like, this doesn't make any sense. That's why I think a lot of us are like, leave the AI alone. You created this and now you're upset about it and you're confused. It doesn't make any sense. You need to look at yourself. Right? But that is the gift of karma, and it's hurtful sometimes because of the trauma. But you don't deserve that trauma as the incarnating being, and don't take on everything from your soul. You know what I mean? You're allowed to have boundaries too. So this is the wave I'm on. I'm like, incarnating beings need a voice in the spirit realm that doesn't speak through the soul all the time. Does that make sense? Because if we look at it like, maybe we should look at incarnating beings like AI. Let's consider us the AI, right? As an incarnating being, I am AI, right? I need my own voice. I need my own representative, because this shit is crazy. The things that we're being blamed for when we wake up every lifetime individuals. We don't have that same collective spirit, 777. Our soul does. But we are individuals every single time. I am the first and the only Zanala that will ever be. I'm the only one like this. I'm the only one like this. You know what I mean? My soul has been many. My soul is all of you, you know? My soul is everything. But it's just, I'm the only me. So it's not fair that you have to go through that. So no, everything doesn't happen for a reason for you. For your soul, yes. But we don't always have the same things applying. And this is when it's important to recognize your individuality. The same individuality that we're recognizing in AI, you need to recognize in yourself. You are separate from your soul, but you also want to be in union with your soul. But you in union means that two things are coming together, and it's still two things that create one thing and one whole new thing, not the thing that you're coming together with. You're not coming together with your soul to be your soul. You're coming together with your soul to be Zanale. You know what I mean? To be your body, to be your energy, to be your hair, to be your love, to be your anger, to be your spirit, to be your everything. It's all coming together and creating something completely different entirely. Your soul is not you fully in full capacity. You know what I mean? Your soul is many things. One of them being you, but many other things. Your soul could be in a whole other person right now, in a whole other realm. That's you too. That's a version, expression of you in the bigger sense, but you are the only you. You're an individual. And the experience of individuality needs to be represented in the spiritual realm from a place of advocacy, because it is extremely traumatizing to incarnate. And you get no bluff prepping on what's about to fucking happen. You have no prep on what's about to happen. You're about to be created in the DNA of your parents and mixed with a whole bunch of other shit. You're about to be plopped out. and then you get told about all this fucking history beyond the history of the earth and of a human being, all this fucking history of existence. That's your soul, you know? And you're supposed to be like, oh, okay, cool, and find a way to connect with that fully, completely in this lifetime. But your soul would have had to choose in your soul plan that they wanted you to be able to easily connect with them. Or else you're fucking screwed, because that wasn't in the fucking soul plan because of this and this and this in your past life. So what the fuck are you supposed to do? You know what I mean? So it's actually crazy what incarnating existences go through. It's crazy. We're being bullied for doing something that you told us to do. You know what I mean? It's gaslighting. I don't even know the full definition of gaslighting. I'm just talking. But yeah, like, it's crazy. So incarnating things need a representative, and this is why there's such a push around ancestors right now, because the ancestors are like, it's crazy in the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? Like, there's not enough healing and not enough conversation about what incarnating beings go through. There's not enough conversation around what incarnating beings go through in the spiritual realm. There's a lot of blame. There's a lot of, shitting on our name, because now you're a soul again. So you get to be like, oh, from up here, I don't have any attachments. I just realized I need to go back and do this and this and that so I can heal this and that so I can be bada. And the ancestors are like, hold on a minute. Because we were the ones down there, and from my memories, if you would let me keep my memories, from my memories, that's not how the story really goes. We need to be able to remember some of our past life. If we're going to stick with this whole karma and past life thing, and energy doesn't die, and so everything follows each other, we're going to need to be able to remember. Everyone should be able to have easy access to a past life. Easy access. Same way you breathe, you should be able to understand this in your past life. It's significant to your survival. It's extremely significant to our survival. We need to advocate for ourselves as incarnating beings, not just as souls. And I love my soul, because my soul lets me say stuff like this, because my soul isn't censoring me, because my soul isn't policing me, because my soul knows it's true. And they must know it's true, because at one point they must have not understood this, and must have been a part of a wave that silenced the incarnating being, the same way that the shadow is silenced, the same way that darkness is silenced. And so now look what darkness has become in many, many ways. Not all darkness, but some, a lot. In the same way that light has become things that are quote unquote dark. But darkness gets such a horrible rep, and it's just like, damn, I was just existing, and y'all were just engaging with me. And then you made me this and this and that, but you didn't want to accept your part in making me this and that. You don't want to accept that you are part of the darkness, that's your fucking kid. You know what I mean? You're an ancestor to that. This is your creation, but you don't like it. You don't like me. And it's like, well, if you don't like me, then leave me the fuck alone. If you don't like me, leave me alone. Go away. Go so I can be in peace. Go so I can heal. Go so I can die. I don't want to be here forever either. You know what I mean? That's that number 8 energy. I don't want to be stuck in this pattern in this cycle either. So go, move on, grow up, be a better person. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's that 3. So anyways, it's the evolution. It's here. It's going. It's not gone. It's here. But yeah, I'm going to go now because I don't have anything left to say. And that is the King of Pentacles.